Is God easily offended? Are the things that offend God? Does he ever get angry? Is God ever upset about stuff? What does he like and what does he not like? Many people in the past have tried to describe what those are, and they've tried to make amends and appease God's wrath and requirements by offering sacrifices, either animal sacrifices or human sacrifices or sacrifices of something, offering something. But what does God really require? Instead of just trying to figure out what he wants and what works. He, according to the Bible, written down by the Hebrews and the Israelites, God required perfect sacrifices, but it was to atone for sins that were committed, things that were done that needed to be paid for. Sins cost, and people had to pay for sins by offering animals and to the high priest so they could appease God and meet his just requirements, the law. But now there was a perfect sacrifices that arrived, a perfect sacrifice. And that perfect sacrifice was Christ on the cross. He himself bore our sins upon his own body rather than an animal, which was just a covering. It didn't really take away sins, it was just a covering for sins. But Christ's blood completely removes sin. Completely. Sin is no longer has to be paid by daily or yearly or monthly sacrifices, because sins are paid for, atoned for by Christ's blood. Even though the act was accomplished 2,000 years ago, Christ's blood still has application, still has effect on mankind. It says that the sins of the whole world are dealt with, and that Christ is our high priest, not the sons of Aaron, but the Son of God. It was through the sons of Aaron that our sacrifices were offered, but now it's through Christ that our sins are that our sacrifice was offered, and we didn't have to bring anything. We don't have to bring anything now. They did under the priesthood of Aaron, but under the new priesthood, the priesthood of Christ, Melchizedek, we no longer have to approach God with our own offerings. Christ brought an offering on our behalf before God, which means that I don't have to be guilty for my sins. I don't have to atone for my sins. I don't have to make offerings for my sins. I don't have to do penance for my sins, because my sins are already paid for. They're already dealt with. I'm already clean. My conscience is clean. Everything is clean. So, where's the guilt trip? It's certain orders and establishments that try to recruit people to be members of their organization and or cults who make it a business venture. They make it a business venture. They make business business. They make religion a business venture, and they make other affiliated fraternities and memberships, and they make it all a business. And it's like a pyramid thing. If you want to get to the top, you got to pay to get to the top. Well, guess what? In the biblical model, Christ already paid to get to the top, and I don't have to pay anything because Christ paid for me. Christ paid my debts. Christ paid for my spiritual crimes against him. Christ paid for all the offenses, all those what do you call them? Penalties, fees, whatever else is used in legal jargon. All that stuff, God has already paid for on my behalf, and I can approach God through Christ because he's my high priest. I can approach God directly. I don't even have to approach God through a human priest. I don't have to approach God through another mediator. I can approach God directly through Jesus Christ and say, "Hello, God, how are you? Thank you for what you did for me 2,000 years ago." And he doesn't charge me. I don't have to pay to approach him, and I don't have to pay. I can approach God freely, for free. So I'm not going to try to make a business out of God, because God, everything about the true God is for free. It doesn't cost anything.